Imagine getting a personalized AI tutor. Sounds awesome, right? Unless it also assigns weekend homework. Much like every other aspect of our lives, AI is creeping into classrooms too. So far, it's promising a revolution in education. It can grade papers, create custom lesson plans, and handle just about everything else. On one hand, this could be a game changer. AI has the potential to personalize learning, adapt to every student's needs, and make education more accessible to all. But there's also a risk. If we're not careful, AI could widen the digital divide, leaving students without access to technology even further behind. So, what does the future of learning look like? Will AI be a blessing or a curse? Keep watching to find out the answers to these questions and more. Personalized learning through AI. Okay, let's really get into it. AI as a teacher. One thing's for sure, the integration of AI into educational frameworks will change how we approach learning. Everything will be more adaptive and responsive than ever before. For instance, Duolingo is pretty AI-driven. They track users' mistakes and adjust the lessons as needed, creating a dynamic learning environment that adapts to any learning pace or style. And don't worry, this personalized approach isn't just a gimmick. Research shows that personalized learning can actually make students more engaged and keep their attention longer. Students who receive tailored feedback and content are much more likely to stay motivated and achieve better outcomes than in a traditional one-size-fits-all setting. Before we go any further, let's look into the mechanics of AI. AI personalizes learning through data analytics. It analyzes vast amounts of data on learner interactions to identify patterns and preferences, then uses that data to inform content delivery. For instance, if a student is struggling, let's say in math, the system can provide additional resources or adjust the difficulty of the next task to make sure the student actually gets it before moving on. This level of customization is possible for human educators, but only if they're teaching one student at a time. AI makes it possible even at scale. The benefits are clear, but there are still some downsides to consider. All this reliance on technology raises concerns about equity in education. Not all students have equal access to devices or internet connectivity, which could exacerbate elitism in education. Plus, the constant data collection needed for effective personalization is often seen as a privacy risk. Then, there's the psychological aspect. The pressure of being constantly evaluated by an algorithm can be daunting for some learners. The fear of making mistakes, especially when those mistakes are tracked and analyzed, might even cause anxiety in students. If you're grateful that AI hasn't taken over YouTube yet, make sure to like and subscribe. The role of teachers and emotional support. Let's move on. There's one thing AI simply cannot replicate: the emotional support and human connection that teachers provide. Sure, AI is changing the way we approach tasks, like grading and personalized learning, but it still falls short when it comes to nurturing the emotional and social dimensions of education, which are vital for student development. AI tools like automated grading systems are seriously efficient at evaluating student performance. They can provide immediate feedback and have no biases that sometimes show up in human grading. Plus, they give teachers more time to focus on interactive educational activities. At the same time, AI lacks the ability to understand the emotional nuances of student experiences. When a student feels disappointed after a failed test, AI can analyze their performance but can't offer the empathy or encouragement that a teacher can. Emotional support is crucial at times like these. Teachers help students navigate challenges, build resilience, and maintain motivation. Research also emphasizes the importance of social-emotional learning, SEL, in education. SEL fosters skills like self-awareness, relationship building, and emotional regulation, skills essential for personal and academic success. While AI can help deliver content and track progress, it simply can't replace the human interactions that make education what it is. Teachers model empathy for students, help them make sense of their emotions, and develop healthy coping strategies. These are aspects we just can't afford to lose. Studies show that learners who feel connected to their teachers are more likely to engage positively in their learning environments and perform better academically. Fully relying on AI tools without human oversight could make students feel isolated, especially those who are more introverted. AI handles grading, but it can't console you after a failed test. Would you trust an AI teacher, or do you still need a human touch? Comment down below. The dark side: privacy and surveillance. If AI tools are going to be part of education, they need to gather a ton of data on students. That includes their performance metrics, learning habits, and even personal information. This data helps tailor learning experiences, but it also creates a permanent digital footprint that can follow students long after they leave school. The more data collected, the the greater the risk of misuse or unauthorized access. In fact, a recent report found that 38% of parents are concerned about how their children's data is used by educational technology companies. The potential for surveillance doesn't just affect academic performance. Since AI systems can monitor student interactions and behaviors in real time, it's possible these platforms could create an environment of mistrust. Students may feel like they're constantly being watched, which could stifle their creativity and open communication. If we're not transparent about who has access to this data and how it's used, we could create more anxiety for both students and parents. Then there are the ethical implications of data privacy. Many educational platforms do not fully disclose their data collection practices or how long they keep student information. What if this info is mishandled or sold to third parties without consent? Let's get this out of the way. AI won't replace teachers, but it might just turn your classroom into a science experiment. AI has the potential to improve education with personalized learning experiences that engage students like never before. But if mismanaged, it risks widening the gap between those with access to technology and those without. So as we navigate this brave new world of education, let's remember, AI can help with math homework, but it can't help you dodge that pop quiz. If you liked this video, like and subscribe for more.